All right. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Hermosa Beach School Board for today, Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. There's nothing to report out of the closed session, so we're now calling the open session to order. Danya, will you please take the roll?
Board Member Barrow.
Present.
Board Member Cluth.
Present.
Board Member Bove-LaMonica.
Present.
Vice President Clerk Cole.
Present.
President Gardner.
Present.
All present.
Thank you. Will everybody please rise for the flag salute? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the great power for which it can, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you, everybody. We'll now move on to approval of tonight's agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen. Is there a second? Thank you, Quinn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The agenda is approved. And with that, we will go to announcements. Dr. Johnson. Oh, a presentation for announcements tonight. Nice. That's what we love.
Hi.
There you go.
Sorry. I try to stand clear of my big booming voice. Hi. Proud to present the new first day of school. Every year we like to give a little highlight and show the opening. Another very successful one here in the best little beach school.
There goes.
No, too far.
All right, it's working now. Okay, no. Stop touching. Thank you. I got it. Appreciate it. Okay, so by the numbers here, we had 1,340 students start on Thursday, April 24th, and only one unexcused absence. I want to give a big shout out to our administrative assistants who did such a great job disenrolling students and doing what we call the check for withdrawal. We are starting the year with 158 staff members, and now we have 4 schools, including Hermosa Beach Preschool at View.
Woo!
As you know, one of our goals is enrollment, and business is a boom. In 2021, we had 1,190 students. Look, here we are. Look how big that sandcastle is, 1,340. And this year, we had a 4% growth from the prior year, which in context is pretty darn good considering that the net gain across the state of California is -2%. First day at Hermosa Beach Preschool, big experiment. Ms. Ford here is going to talk more about that later. I'm going to give a quick highlight. There's our students at play. As you know, preschool is very big on educational play. Kids having a good, welcoming first day. And from Ms. Ford herself, back to school is my favorite time of the year. The laughter and the energy in the air is electric. I'm thrilled to have our little preschool learners at View. All right, now moving on to Hermosa View School proper. This year it is a TK1 school, and TK is a full grade level with 4 classrooms. There is our proud principal, Ms. Overbeck. I just thought this was a really cute picture. She is welcoming the first graders there. And there is all of our parents, some desperately happy to be sending their kids back to school. That's the first grade families, and the others sad. That's the TKers. And there is some of our teachers and parents just enjoying that first day back. A lot of bright, smiling faces. And from Principal Overbeck, what a fantastic first day at View and Vista. Lots of smiles and excitement. It's going to be a great year, and we're excited to see Overbeck in her second year as principal. And then next, moving on to Hermosa Vista School. Hermosa Vista is now a little bigger with grades 2 through 4, but still it has that intimate feel because of the nature of the campus. There you see our students lining up at the beginning of the day, coming into class. From our assistant principal, our new assistant principal, Miss Montoya, the smiles from ear to ear and the wows coming from students as they enter the newly renovated classes match the excitement and enthusiasm of staff welcoming new students in the start of the new year. Thank you, Miss Montoya. And there's Miss Moon and some of her great students reading from our F&P library. And then finally, Hermosa Valley. Hermosa Valley is still grades 5 through 8 school. There is Claire, the daughter of our PTO president. She's a big 5th grader now. Here are our students in class. A lot of, our teachers did such a great job with a lot of just activities for team building, engagement. The big focus of the day was, again, just getting to know each other, getting to know your new fellow classmates. So I saw a lot of group activities that day. Our interim principal, Sandy Scora, who's been amazing. The first day of school was amazing. I heard one student say, "I'm so excited to be back at school to see my friends and hug my teachers. Great to be here at Hermosa Valley." And there's Gardner's kid. Lots of smiling faces, our middle schoolers, even our 8th graders now, big kids on campus. And there's the great Miss Tereska. And that concludes our announcement. This is my 4th year as your superintendent, and every year it gets better and better, and another great first day of school. And I do believe the smoothest I've been part of. So thank you, board. Happy to be here. Happy to be back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so moving on to that, we'll move on to public comments from the audience to the board. I'm not seeing anyone here for public comment in the room. Dinah, anybody on the virtual?
No one is online.
All right, we are closing public comment, and we move on to superintendent update.
Thank you, Doug. First off, big shout out to the Hermosa Beach Education Foundation. They have been loud and proud out at back to school night events, at registration, at the PTO picnic. President Jen Buxbaum and her team have just been really out there and have done a great job redoing the slides, the presentations, and just making the message more and more clear every year about the importance of giving. Encourage all of our families to contribute what you can. If you can't give the $1,000 amount, that's perfectly okay. Participation is more important than the amount. So we're really trying to strive to get every family to participate in some way, in the way that they can, to give to HBF. It goes such a long way to our programs, from music to science. It really makes a true difference. On that note, I got the opportunity to attend back to school night at Hermosa View, Vista, and Valley. All of our teachers did such a fantastic job. Well prepared, classrooms look great. Great presentations. I talked and saw a lot of families feeling welcome, feeling that they were happy to be back. And I just want to give a big shout out also to our community. Since I've been here, that was the largest turnout that I've seen for back to school night of our parents. And, you know, it's hard. I mean, I saw many parents who had to attend 3 different back to school nights, and we were laughing with each other because we were all at all 3 of them. And so I just that's quite a commitment to set your kid off on the right path. And so I want to thank our parents for that. And then finally, the back to school picnic was last Friday. We had a good time, got out there, a lot of community vendors out there, really trying to push their programs for our kids, from Boy Scouts to Girl Scouts, to Mis Amigos, all great programs. Heard some kid bands that night. And just another great community night. If you haven't been to the PTO picnic, I strongly recommend going, especially our newest families. And that was something I was really excited to see, as I saw a lot of our TKK families out that night. So let's keep it going. I know we have the Halloween Carnival coming up. That's intense, not to be missed. So really excited. Oh, is that a question?
Yeah, can I just ask a question about the carnival? So my house happens to back on to Hermosa View School. And when my kids were little, we would go to the back to school picnic, and it was usually in the view background, and loved it. It was fantastic. During construction and COVID, and I'm not sure what all the drivers were, obviously it moved down here. Is there any, is this sort of the new permanent home? Have we, any
It's-
comparisons of attendance? I know Ms. Gluck, you were around in my good old days. Don't know what your thoughts are.
We have not spoken to PTO about the location. I would imagine it would be a challenge at this point to put it at view because of the size of the event. But I have no comparison either.
All right, any other questions? No? All right, we will move on to our public hearing. Our public hearing will start with H-01-2324 on hearing on the resolution number 02-2324, the Statement of Assurance for Pupil Textbook Instructional Materials Incentive Program. Dr. Johnson.
Great. This is an opportunity for public comment on our textbook and instructional materials. And I defer to you, Doug, to recognize any public comment, either online or in the room.
I am not seeing any in the room. Do we have any online for our public hearing?
No one online.
Okay, then.
And we'll just need a motion to close the public hearing in that case.
Yep. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll close. I moved. I'm closing it.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. Well noted. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. We are closing the public hearing. With that, we will move on to board reports. We'll start at this end. Quinn, anything? Maggie?
There's a lengthy agenda and set of minutes that came out from the South Bay Coalition Against Hate. And so I have made the proposition to Dr. Johnson that we just attach it to board updates. So I don't have to go through it. And then if there's questions, I can answer. So yes and no.
I like that plan. This way, Jen,
I'm good. No,
Kathy.
I have nothing.
All right. Easy enough. That's it for board reports. I don't have anything either. Now it's time for our special guests. So we will move on to superintendent report and board discussion, starting with R-05-2324 Star Education.
Good evening. First of all, I want to say we've had a great start of the school year, but part of it is because of my friends here from Star Education. Each day, we have kids dropped off as early at school at 7 a.m. and picked up by 6 p.m. And the program that they run is truly amazing. And I'd like to share with you a little bit about the program, but I can't thank you enough for the service you're providing for our school district. Okay.
Yeah.
Slide, please. So first of all the pictures are from the kids at Star. So I just want you to see their lovely faces. There's two of our employees, kids in this picture. We have Alison Montoya's and Bianca's son in the picture. But Hermosa School partnership with Star has strengthened our overall educational program by providing families with daycare and enrichment options for our school site. They provide Galaxy, which is the daycare program that students come as early as 7 a.m. and they leave when school starts. Our after-school program goes till 6 p.m. They also provide enrichment, which this year, fantastic. We got the flyers out before school started, so our families could plan ahead of time. And another great thing that they do that I'd like to recognize them for, they support our schools whenever we need something. So we need a cultural assembly and we can't find someone, we pick up the phone, I call Katiana. Hello, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. Do you have anything for our students to enrich our culture? And last year they provide folklorica dancers. We've also had African-American drummers at the school site. I've been able to go to those assemblies. They're high energy, the students are engaged and they just come through every time. And they've now added this eighth grade graduation send-off. We've had a butterfly garden one year for our eighth grade, I should say our 12th graders to go through. Or we've had reptiles that were there that the 12th graders can see, and they just think it's just fabulous. So thank you. So I just want to give you just a little quick history of what STAR has accomplished in such a short time. During COVID, Jason put me in this position, and we were trying to figure out, like, how are we going to support our families? You know, we've had kids staying home, parents needing to go to work, some parents staying home. And I called Katya and I said, what can you do for us? And she came through, and that led to a further partnership in regards to the daycare. And if you can see, like right now, we have 269 students participating in daycare. So that is a great service that meets the needs of our families. And we just really appreciate it because it does also help with our enrollment, because so many people know that they can come to the Hermosa Beach City School District and there is a quality program that's there for students. And you probably don't know, but I peek in the morning and after school just because I love seeing the kids and how happy they are. So it's been fabulous. This is NOVA, their enrichment program. I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to go online to see what they have to offer. I wish as a child, these options were available to me. They hit every mark in regards to what can be offered for students, whether it's foreign language, performing arts, even build your own skateboard and learn how to ride it. I think that's pretty cool. And this year they're offering Star Club, which is new, which really goes to the leadership and listening to our families. So they offer 2 one-hour classes after school. And sometimes students want to take the second hour, but what do you do during that first hour when kids don't have anywhere to go? So they started Star Club so the kids can do their homework, eat their snack for that hour, and then go to their enrichment class after school. And then Marlene Ramirez, a former Hermosa View teacher, is teaching the Spanish class for our youngest students as well for STAR. So thank you. Slide, please. Then I said, we need something more for our families. What do we do during President's Week? What do we do during spring break and summer camp? And they've come through to provide these opportunities for our families. These are the days that we have for this coming school year. So we will provide 4 days of summer camp during President's Week, 21 days for summer camp, and then spring break. So working families have somewhere to send their children to in a fun and enriching environment. And this year, the kids for summer camp went to the beach a few times, and it was just a highlight for a lot of kids. And they do a great play. It's Dr. Johnson and I go every year, and it's one of our highlights to see. We get front row seats, but we get to go see our kids perform in a performance, and they do such an awesome job. So that's also another opportunity that is available that extends further out. Slide, please. So just this slide here just gives an understanding of where we were last year and the number of families we were able to accommodate with camps. As you can see, their camps are very popular and students love it. Slide, please. And do you have any questions for me about their great program?
You have a question? You can ask a question. You got to come up and talk in the microphone.
For Nova, during Nova, when does it like switch? Like when does it go to the next like session?
8 weeks. Every 8 weeks. And we do
Good job.
post the flyers online as well as send them out through the principal's newsletters.
All right. Thank you. Do we have any comments, questions? We'll start at this end, Kathy.
First of all, that was a really good question. I had the same question. No, I've heard nothing but great things. I wish when my kids went to schools here, we were able to take part of this, but I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for our district. It's awesome.
Same. I remember when we were running for the school board, Maggie and I got a lot of questions about after school programs and additional like enrichment programs a lot. And we were like, that's really what we want to bring. And so we really just appreciate you being the partner for us. So I know you really came through a lot, as but Ms. Gluck keeps saying, but during COVID, I remember that conversation and we were like, yes. So thank you. We really appreciate you.
Maggie? Go ahead.
Just a couple of things jumped out at me. Obviously you guys know probably better than we do how much you're appreciated by the working families who need that support, but just really impressed with the thoughtfulness and the extra quality that's involved there in the enrichment. And I think it's just a real testament to your success and the quality of what you're delivering. I mean, the enrollment growth just is mind blowing, and a real testament to what a great job you're doing. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Star will always have a fondness in my heart from back when you started with when we went to half day TK and K, and Grant was in those classes for 2 years. And, I can remember sitting here in a meeting. It was a combo school board city council meeting. And I told the city council, my kid would not have gone to Hermosa View if it wasn't for Star. You allowed him to go for TK and kindergarten. You did. Not me, you did. So thank you for everything that you do from that day forward and what you've been here for our schools and our programs. I've been to Culver City several times, the place up there. It's all fantastic. We are just like beyond lucky to have you guys here in Hermosa and what you provide. So I can't say it enough, like from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Yeah. Good. That's amazing to hear. Thank you.
All right, so I get the fun part. I get to give out the hardware. So I echo the board sentiment. I remember very distinctly 4 years ago, talking with the city, talking with anyone that listens, saying like, hey, we have a childcare crisis in our town, and Star was there. And I cannot tell you how many times I've talked to families that have their kids at Star and would have no other option if it wasn't for you. And then also the quality of the option and what our kids are doing. I see it every day. I'm at Vista and I see what our kids get to participate in. I'm envious. And I think the highest compliment you can pay to someone's program is, I would put my own kids in your program, and I do. Matilda goes to summer camp at Star and she absolutely loves it. And I remember the first day I was bringing her to work, she was in tears saying like, I don't want to go. And then literally like the next day, she's like, we're going to Star Camp, right? So I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the board as well too. And for your service to our district and for your partnership, we want to recognize you with the wave of appreciations as well as with flowers. And then if the board president could join us, and we're going to take a picture all together. Yeah.
Maggie up first.
Marlene, come on. The family affair, Marlene. Thank you all.
Which one is it? This one?
That one, yeah, please.
I'm never good at these things, but I just want to thank you for having just the most. There are no words that can express how parents feel about the school district and the schools here. And your superintendent, Sylvia, the teachers, everybody. There's such warmth and love. And we are, we're very lucky to be all over California. We're very lucky. So we get to compare schools, districts, all of it. And the heart that lives here is you can't match it. It's real. And the love pours out of the teachers, pours out of every person, that's the office people, everybody. And kids need that more than anything. They need to walk into a place where they feel loved and accepted and encouraged. And then that's why the kids here thrive the way they do. And so I want to thank you for that. It comes from the top. It comes from all of you, that you've made that a priority. And then, of course, I can't tell you that the quality of the program is excellent. The teachers are amazing. We're just happy every day. We feel blessed every day, and we're thankful that we can be your partners here. So thank you for that partnership. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Our other special guest, Ms. Ford, is here to talk about Hermosa Preschool, which is R-06-2324.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah Ford, the director of Hermosa Beach Preschool. I'm standing here in front of you today to speak all things preschool. We have had an amazing start to the school year. Our parents are thrilled with the curriculum and level of care we are providing, and our students really are thriving. Which button do I push? No, it's not working.
Hannah, if you could just call slide and we'll just change slide.
Please.
Mhm.
I would like to take this opportunity to highlight our program. The pictures you will be seeing in this presentation are students from our preschool class. Slide. We are currently operating our program at nearly full capacity. The better part of our classroom is made up of our full day students. As soon as residents in the area heard about our full day program, we had an influx of applicants. Because of these waitlist numbers that you see in front of you, we feel ready to start the process of opening another classroom. Slide, please. Our preschool is an inclusion program located on View campus. We are licensed under Title 22 regulations and are currently servicing ages 3 and 4-year-olds. Our classrooms are staffed strategically in order to be in compliance with our license requirements. The student to child ratio is 1 teacher to 12 students and 1 instructional assistant to 6 students. With current staffing, the maximum class size is 18. Slide. Our daily schedule balances academics, play, recreation, and social emotional experiences for all children. The day is filled with carefully designed activities that encourage growth in the areas of language and literacy, cognitive skills, physical play, social emotional learning, and creative expression. Daily activities are developed to complement the age and abilities of each of our children. Okay, so here we are looking at the numbers, and what we are seeing is that we are currently running the program at a deficit of approximately $60,000. Moving forward, as we open up more classrooms, the program will run at cost. Something to keep in mind is the amount of savings we are accruing due to the fact that we are now servicing our special education students with an academic program at their home school serviced by professionals within the district. My main goal as preschool director is to grow this program. Our preschool has been added to the local anchor list of South Bay preschools. I'm maintaining an aggressive timeline to get another classroom open and working with local businesses that serve toddlers to advertise our program as well. I will continue to provide tours to prospective families in order to expand our waitlist and develop new marketing strategies as needed. I want to personally thank all of you for this opportunity. I have loved my time here so far and am looking forward to the future of the preschool. Does the board have any questions?
Thank you. We'll start this in, Quinn.
Thank you. Very excited to have you here personally and the school itself. It's been a long time coming. My kids went to next door to Manhattan Beach Preschool. I'm just out of curiosity, like what standards, guidelines, reference points are there for the programming and the like what you do? Is there any kind of a standard or do you come up with it or?
Yeah, so we are using our Frog Street curriculum. Right now, our teachers are learning the way of Frog Street. It is a very fun, interactive curriculum. There's a cute little froggy named Fernando that the kids like an actual life size puppet. He's quite big. And it's so cute. Every single morning they come in and they do commitments and they do calm exercises with Star. We really focus on teaching these kids social, emotional, how to regulate their emotions at this age, along with also doing activities and learning, play-based learning and activities like that. So right now the kids are really loving Frog Street.
Thanks. I know I'm in, when we were putting our kids into preschool, it was like, should we do Montessori? Should we do this one? Should we do that one? We visited a lot of different ones. And I don't even remember how we decided. It might have been just the ones that had spots in the end, but
It's usually what it comes down to.
but I'm curious, like, how the Frog Street curriculum fits into the spectrum of options out there, or how people would compare them.
Yeah, so it's not, excuse me, it's not like Montessori. We don't have a specific way of teaching. We really just pull from the key elements of Frog Street and really hone in on the importance of early childhood and intervention.
Right.
If that answers your question a little bit.
It does. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you so much, Hannah. I'm really excited.
Jen.
I'm just going to jog Quentin's memory a bit, but his daughter and my daughter went to the same preschool. And I think we actually had Miss Jessica, who is your teacher. So, so we are all feeling pretty lucky that, the next generation of Hermosans get to have such a great teacher with them. So
we're happy to have her.
Yeah. So thank you for being here and great presentation. Good job.
Kathy.
Just thank you. And I'm seeing like on neighborhood forums talking about the wait list and they can't wait for the growth. So there's a need. So I'm really grateful. Thank you.
That's really great. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you. All right, moving on to the next superintendent report and board discussion, R-07-2324 on the 23-24 professional development calendar. Yeah, please. Thank you. Yes, done. That's the place in Culver City. It's like a activity center / zoo type place. It's super cool. Yeah, it's super cool.
Hey, good evening. I'm here to talk to you now about professional development. We're really excited to start this school year with this robust plan of professional development. Slide, please. Our professional development plan is carefully aligned to our LCAP and our strategic goals. We've developed this plan in conjunction with leadership, staff input, and grade level teams. Everyone has had some input in regards to what we will be presenting to our teachers and classified staff throughout the year. Our focus is on student achievement, personalized learning, student engagement, wellness, and culturally responsive classrooms. Slide, please. This is one of my favorite things to do every year. I think Jason knows that. But this helps drive our year-long plan in how we're going to address professional development, monitor student learning. It is a carefully articulated plan. In the past, we've shown it as a full-on calendar, but this year it's more of a linear calendar. So you can see at the bottom, our surveys are at the bottom, so we can report out to staff, our LCAP committee, our principal advisory committee, and the board. So there's complete transparency on what data we're collecting, and then the assessments and how they're laid out throughout the year. Slide, please. As educators, we know that collaborative professional development helps teachers to improve their classroom effectiveness, which in turn affects student achievement. The areas that we will be focusing on are listed above. We do believe that giving our teachers input helps them with the buy-in process and helps them appreciate the opportunities that we have spent so much time developing for professional development for our staff. This is a picture of actually certificated and classified. The top is our preschool staff. They came before school and they were trained on Frog Street. So that's the top one. And the bottom picture is we brought back all of our classified para educators back a week before school, where they were able to get trained. So prior to the start of school, they knew everything they needed to know about the students that they were serving and best practices on being a para educator. And that was training with, we brought in to teach on inclusive practices for the school sites. Slide, please. Here is a snapshot of our menu of what we have planned for the entire year. All items are aligned by our district goals. You can see there's a heavy component on inclusion and excellence. We really want to meet all of our students where they're at. We want our teachers to have the best practices that they need and the curriculum support they need, as well as coaching. And then we have a lot of community support as well through Beach Cities and TUPE that we'll be infusing in our professional development, which will be after school. So our professional development happens after school on Wednesdays. We do have pull-out days that we have scheduled and opportunities for staff to go out to learn more. Slide, please. Do you have any questions on what we're offering or our plan? I feel it's very robust this year. It gets better and better every year.
All right, do we have any questions on this end, Kathy?
I don't have any questions, but I like that you already have the whole year planned out, because as a former teacher, I needed to know, plan your whole curriculum for the whole year. And it's nice to have those pull out things already planned. Appreciate that. Thanks.
I really feel like it might be another Golden Bell winner, that particular slide. I really appreciated it when I saw it. So thank you for putting it together. It's great to see. So I have no questions right now.
Maggie?
Huge kudos to you and the team. It's thoughtful, it's well planned. The fact that we started it last year to make sure we had the right funding and resources in place with all the buy-in is excellent.
Thanks. Yeah, same. Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you.
All right, next one is R-08-2324, the unaudited actuals. We're getting everybody up here today. I love it. This call slide.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to present the unaudited actuals this evening. We'll start with the financial summary. Great news. We have increased revenue, decreased expenditure, and labor negotiations are pending. What I'd like to do is I'd like to take the board back to April, May, and June when we were putting together the estimated actuals. The estimated actuals are put together based on Governor Newsom's May revise. At the May revise, he projected that state funding was going to be decreased. So of course, we put that into our estimated actuals, which brought down our revenues. And then the state and the House and the legislature, they all continue to negotiate for what bills and projects and programs they're pushing forward. That all gets settled. They adopt their state budget on 7/1. And on 7/1, they agreed to increase state funding. So funding from the state is out of our control. It fluctuates from period to period, and i.e. we have increased funding. As well as state increased funding, we have some grant funding that was also come through, and some additional donation from the Education Foundation. As far as the decreased expenditures and delayed purchase orders, there's a board policy that dictates when the school district is allowed to pay purchase orders. And purchase orders cannot be paid unless goods and services are provided and delivered. There was a number of open purchase orders at the close of 22-23 on 6/30 that had to roll over into the 23-24 budget, which has now been included in the 23-24 budget, which did decrease expenditures in 22-23, which accounts for about $300,000. Next slide. Here's a snapshot of the unaudited actuals. I want to draw your attention to the net reserve of 25%. Next slide. Here's the snapshot of the multi-year projections. Again, 22-23, we're closing out the year with a net surplus of over 800,000. When we're looking at 23-24, I want to remind the board that negotiated salary increases are not included in the net surplus or deficit or the reserve of 20%. And then you can see the out years from there. And also just a gentle reminder that the statewide average reserve for elementary school district is holding steady at 25.32%. Next slide. This is just at a glance. The top box represents the COLA or the state increased funding. The second box is projected enrollment, and we're currently holding tight at 1336 for this year. And then the bottom box is the net reserves amount. Next slide. Here's our budget at a glance, and just a reminder that 82% of our salaries or our expenditures are for salaries, and they eat and sleep. For that's our staffing is the big chunk of our budget each year. Next slide. Any questions, board?
Questions? I don't remember which end is there. Anything on this side?
I don't have any.
No.
All right, this end.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Paula. Great job as always. All right, last one. Last superintendent report and board discussion, R-09-2324 safety. Dr. Johnson.
Click them both at the same time. Do you think that?
Let's start.
Good evening, it's me again. I am here to talk to you about the safety update. As we start the school year, safety is our #1 priority among many priorities. But getting our students to school and home safely is the primary focus of our job. And we have worked very, very hard over the last year and a half with the community effort to make sure that we are doing it the best way in the South Bay. Slide. All right, a little quick summary here. Back in August of 2022, we conducted a comprehensive safety assessment with Astria Risk Management. They came back and gave us recommendations for the short term and the long term. We are proud to share that the majority of that action plan has been accomplished. And the remaining action items on that are capital projects, which would probably require a facilities bond in order to fully accomplish. And then finally, we are always looking for areas to branch out. And our new initiative this year is a focus on e-bike safety, and our e-bike certification course was just completed. Slide. There you see some of our safety projects, including bollards at the front of Hermosa Valley, and also crash gates, so gates that can be easily opened from the inside in case people need to leave in a hurry. And then we have also completed and will finish within the school year our public interior announcement system so that all of our PA systems are connected with each other and digitized, and also have alarm systems that can be programmed, including for different scenarios as well too. So the alarm signal, rather than someone having to call into a PA what the situation is, it'll have an automatic PA announcement that's generated for each type of emergency. Slide. Or e-bike certification, there you see the dates. We held it on 2 days, back-to-back sessions. We had 83 participants. And coming up this Monday, Kathy Jonas will be out there with a clipboard, making sure that our students participated in the safety course. And we haven't scheduled our next date for our safety course for those folks that are getting e-bikes during the holidays, but that is a TBD date. Slide. We are going to be continuing with Astria risk management. They're going to do another round of vigilance training for us. And this is hot off the presses, but I am excited to announce that Astria Risk Management is now a vendor of ASCIP. So we will be getting that training for free 99 as part of our benefits as part of ASCIP, and just another reason why we're proud ASCIP members. Slide. Future steps, there you see a litany of projects. So we want to continue and to develop some of our locking mechanisms, as well as establish further alarms, particularly for our exterior. And then also looking at and possibly investing in certain technologies such as artificial intelligence camera systems that can be early warning systems for the safety of our campuses. Slide. The question I get is, hey, what can I do to get involved? Here is a list of all the various ways that if you are a parent or an interested community member that you can get involved. Everything from the Community Police Advisory Board, which I'm part of, all the way to, yes, you mean like working with the Hermosa Beach Education Foundation. The dollars that they generate, you mean like our dollars that go to staffing, including, and the thing to keep in mind about staffing is that when I asked the risk management folks, I said, what is like the most important thing that we can do? It's like, it's training for staff and having the necessary staff in order to monitor your campuses. Slide. What can I do to help? Here are a number of ways. I just want to highlight that we will be, again, bringing back the Watchdogs programs. That's where dads spend a day volunteering on campus, playing with kids and being another set of eyes and help in the classroom. It was very successful last year. We had over 100 dads volunteer to be watchdogs. And so we're looking forward to getting those dads back on campus. We'll be launching again in October, November. Slide. Very pleased and proud of our team for the steps they've taken. Even the people in this room have done a lot of hard work in order to take important steps in safety, everything from our badge system, even to our check-in system, to the physical changes that we made at the campuses, including our fences. So it's been a great team effort. I thank the board, and we'll answer any questions at this time.
Thank you. Do we have any questions this end? Quinn?
I'll just say, all the way along, it seemed that you and the district have been very methodical and proactive and supportive of looking at it and making improvements, acknowledging deficiencies, and I really applaud that. Thank you.
Thank you. Team effort.
All right. Anything on this end?
Oh, ditto, Quentin.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very well said. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Okay. Closing up superintendent reports and board discussions. Moving on to consent. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Who said that?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen.
Second.
Thank you, Kathy, for the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, board action. We got a lot of stuff tonight. Starting with Superintendent S-08-2324. On the resolution, we had the public hearing about number 02-2324 on the statement of assurance for the pupil textbook instructional materials incentive program. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity for a public hearing tonight. I want to certify and recommend the statement of assurance, and I want to give a shout out to our library media tech clerks, as well as Sylvia and our principals, for ensuring that our students have the materials they need. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion? Thank you, Maggie. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Quinn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution is approved. The next one is another resolution. Is Superintendent S-09-2324 on resolution number 3-2324, the appointment of a member to the Special Education Local Plan Area Community Advisory Council. Ms. Gluck.
Adoption is recommended for resolution to appoint Ms. Mabel Schneckenberger, a parent at Hermosa Valley School, to serve as the Southwest Special Education Local Plan Area Community Advisory Representative for the Hermosa Beach City School District.
That's a bit of a mouthful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do we have any questions? Does anybody want to repeat the resolution?
No.
I have a question. What is the training or support needed for that parent?
The parent will work with myself as well as the SELPA in regards to supporting the school district with initiatives for special education.
All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Oh,
Second.
it's high. I'll give it to Quinn with the motion, Jen with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations, Mabel. Good job. Next one, moving on to business, B-48-2223. The 22-23 unaudited actuals. Ms. Montalvo.
Thank you. Approval and acceptance for filing is recommended for the 22-23 unaudited actuals.
All right. Do we have any questions? See none. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jan. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next one, B-49-2324 on the contract for additional scope for the restroom and plumbing work. Ms. Montalvo.
Thank you. Ratification is recommended for the contract received from Kaya Services for additional scope of work, which included restrooms and plumbing work.
All right. Are there any questions? All right. Do we have a motion?
Moved.
Thank you, Kathy. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next one, B-50-2324, the purchase of new dull tile from Bino Construction for the Hermosa View School Building A restroom conversion project. Ms. Montalvo.
Thank you. Approval is recommended for the proposal from Bino Construction to purchase the dowel tile that was left over from the CalShape grant program. He offered it to us directly with no markup cost for the bathroom conversion that'll happen in Building B.
That was nice.
Yeah, very nice. Do we have any questions?
No.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next one, B-51-2324, the E-rate purchase of Aruba outdoor Wi-Fi access points. Mr. Hernandez, we're getting everybody in tonight.
Yeah, I feel honored. All right, approval for recommendation of the procurement for Aruba outdoor access points for all school campuses to enhance the wireless connectivity in the outdoor areas.
Thank you. Do we have any questions?
We need it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Oh, second.
All right, Kathy with a motion, Jen with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next one, B-52-2324, the preschool classroom usage. Scott.
Approval is recommended for the Hermosa Beach Preschool to utilize room 223 at Hermosa View School to expand our current preschool program.
All right, do we have any questions?
Excited.
Yeah, very excited to see the program grow, and the demand and the interest in it is really awesome. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next one is business B-53-2324 on the purchase of Great Minds Eureka Math curriculum.
Approval is recommended for the purchase order for Great Minds, the district math curriculum for K through 5, which is Eureka Math.
Are there any questions? All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Kathy with the motion, Jen with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next one, B-54-2324, the consultant agreement for athletic director training.
Approval is recommended for the consultant agreement, Olivia Heinen, and our former athletic director, to train and transition the duties to our new athletic director at Hermosa Valley School.
Yeah, Mr. Vasquez seemed very cool when I met him back to school night. So
Thank you.
I think that's going to be a good hire. Is there any questions? All right, is there a motion?
Is that just like a quick question? Is that a normal thing? Like, I don't know how intense the athletic director role is in terms of
there's a lot of procedures and protocols that need to be maintained for an athletic director to maintain compliance. So Ms. Hyen did it last year, so we want to ensure that everything is in compliance.
Is she still with us?
No, she no longer works for the district, so she's working for us in the role of a consultant.
The timing is also fortuitous because we have a new assistant principal as well as our principal is out
Okay, great.
currently. So this has been very beneficial to make that transition seamless.
Cool, thanks.
All right, is there a motion? Thank you, Quinn. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jen. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next one, B-55 -2324, the consultant agreement with the school nurse.
Ratification is recommended for the consultant agreement with Francisco Erdurante to temporarily fulfill the duties of the district nurse.
All right, do we have any questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion? Thank you, Maggie. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jen. All in favor?
Aye.
Agreement is, or motion is carries. Next one, B-56 -2324 on the consultant agreement for music teaching services. This is the first of three of these.
I'd like to thank the board and the community for their flexibility and support as we found the perfect fit for our music program. In order to make sure that we were providing instruction during that transition, we contracted with local music tutors in order to provide contracted services. Give a special shout out to Beth and at Coast Music. They were instrumental, pardon the pun, making sure that we were able to have the expertise of instructors in the classroom as we sought for that right fit for our instructor. And our first consultant agreement is for Carly Stock, who was the first substitute that we had. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to take a moment to thank all of them for stepping up and getting us through the beginning of school through this week. We're very excited for Ms. Kim to start on Monday. Are there any questions about these agreements? All right, seeing none, we'll just do them quickly in order. We need to do a motion for each one, but so B-56 -2324, is there a motion?
So moved.
Oh, Ty. Quinn, we'll give Kathy the second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, that's the first one carries. Next one, B-57 -2324. Consultant agreement for music teaching services. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
And third, B-58 -2324, the final consultant agreement for music teaching services. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen. A second to Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion's carry.
I taught Kara everything she knows.
All right, moving on to personnel. The first one is P-09 -2324, the certificate employment transaction, hire Hermosa Valley School interim principal.
Approval is recommended to for our interim principal beginning next week, Karen Moore. She's a retired principal from Redondo Beach Unified School District, where she was a longtime principal of Barrel Heights Elementary. She also served in Wiseburn as an assistant principal and teacher. Karen is doing a short stint for us while Sandy Scora goes on a well-deserved and well-planned vacation. She was gone on this vacation well before we knocked on her door. And looking forward to working with Karen again during this interim. She came to campus this week, met with staff, walked all the classrooms, met with Sandy. She's really excited, and I think it's gonna be a fun 9 days of Karen.
All right, are there any questions? None. Is there a motion?
So moved. Or-
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, sorry.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And the last one, P-10 -2324, the certificate employment transaction extending the contract for the Hermosa Valley School interim principal.
Approval is recommended to extend interim principal Sandy Scora. She has very graciously agreed to extend what was supposed to end at the end of September to come back and support Hermosa Valley. She has really fit in well and really grown with the community and the staff. And we're looking forward to bringing her back in October after she returns from vacation to support us until Ms. Bledsoe returns.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate Sandy, Ms. Scora stepping up and helping us through. And we wish Ms. Bledsoe a speedy and quick recovery.
Definitely.
Do we have any other questions or comments? This one? All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Jen. Is there a second? Thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, we are flying tonight, man. All right, board member roundtable. Start at this end. Quinn. All right, Maggie, nothing. Jen.
Just happy to see everyone back at school.
Yeah,
Good job.
Kathy.
And nothing.
Yeah, just a great start to the year. You actually had both gardeners. I don't know if you realized in your presentation. One of them is hiding in one of those pictures. Yeah, he's in that one of Miss Vizzy's class. Took me a while to find him too. Yep, he snuck in there. So, great start to the school year. Great getting everything going. Starting earlier in August, it feels like Ellie made a comment yesterday of like I asked her the student council was coming. So like usually you don't come to September because it's like the third day of school. And now we've already been in school. It's like 3 weeks already, something like that. So it's really awesome that we've, moved this all up and it started really great. So here's to an awesome year. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Thank you, Maggie. Second, Jen, second, all in favor? Aye. Motion is approved, 7:03.